Welcome back to the council. I have no books to read. We got the perk that allowed us to do as many manuscripts as we could find, basically, a while back, so I haven't had any to read in this final episode of the story, but we're ready to begin what I think will be the final stage of this story.
Where am I?
It's all right, son. Don't panic. It's over.
I'm back? Where are the guests?
I invited them to go up to their rooms. They're resting. Don't worry.
Gregory?
We won, Louis. It's over.
He's dead?
Definitively. Now the way is clear. At any rate, rejoice. Great things await us.
What did you do to him?
I devoured his soul.
That's what I thought.
But I didn't see you use the Holy Lance.
Indeed not. I didn't need to. Can't you guess how I did it? The Lance of Longinus is just a vessel, Louis. It could have been any object that had the blood of Christ on it. The blood of an ancient, more precisely. But I didn't need the blood of an ancient. You see, I have been in dear Lord Mortimer's physical body for longer than my brother has been in Sir Gregory Holmes. Therefore, I am an ancient, Louis.
So he's saying Christ is a demon, I think. How did he do it? But why kill him? That is the bigger question.
He was your brother. Why did you kill him? He never meant you any harm.
Oh, Louis, I am exhausted. Let's talk about this later.
Okay, that seems like that wouldn't be that seems like, if anything, that is going to be a vulnerability. But where is he? Lord Mortimer. Immune to conviction. So he shouldn't be immune to anything else. We haven't come across anyone with a triple immunity. Double immunity is about as much as we've found. Let's try this.
No, tell me why now. I want to understand.
Stubborn as a mule. After centuries of trying to convince him, I assure you I had no other option than to do away with him. He would never have allowed me to depose our father. In the past, he had already opposed me, and sometimes very violently. He seemed to you like a man of peace, because you did not represent any danger to him. But I can assure you, he was not. With anything to do with our father, he would be merciless. In any case, what's done is done. I'm going to rest in the dining room. Join me there when you're ready. The time has come to end this little antisocial gathering.
No doubt about it. This family is rotten to the marrow. I did right not to trust them. Home told me that my last resort was to find my sister. I hope Emily's in her room.
I think he means our mother. Our mother is our sister. I know this game can be confusing if you've come in late in the story, but join Lady Hillsborough in her room and ask for help. Oh, okay, it's not... Sarah's gone. Right, Sarah took that boat and she ain't coming back, I guess.
Emily?
Yes. What's happening, Louis? You look...
Home is dead.
Good God, he did it!
What do you mean?
He warned me that Mortimer would probably try to get rid of him. He couldn't believe it himself. But we have to admit that he was right to be wary. We are in great danger, Louis.
Wait, what are you talking about?
When Gregory came to warn me, he assured me that we would be the next to go down.
Okay. We still haven't discovered all of her stuff. Immune to logic, I know that. Vulnerable to psychology, I know that. Everything else, don't do this, let's do this.
But why then? For what cursed reason?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I'm only repeating what Gregory told me. When I brought up the possibility of us running away as quickly as we could, Gregory dissuaded me. He thought that Mortimer would see it coming and that we would have no chance.
I guess I agree with him. And now we're here. I'm not gonna let him get away with it. There's two of us now, Emily. We can count on each other.
Well, on that note, I haven't told you everything, Louis. This might be a bit hard for you to accept, so I wanted to warn you. There are 3 of us.
What? See, I said in the beginning someone could be hiding.
Brother.
Excuse me?
It's Emma, Louis. Just before he disappeared, Holm explained to me how to bring her back from the ether. We were pressed for time
And the only body she could find was one of those cursed servants. Can you believe it?
Emma, don't start, please. I didn't exactly have much of a choice.
Be that as it may, I'm the one inside the body of a masked lackey.
I had to deal with the most urgent thing first. We'll try and get you out of there as soon as we can, just as I promised you.
And I'll make sure you make good on your commitment, sister.
Emma, for the last time.
She is better, don't worry. Being a demon changes many things, and the prospect of getting stuck in the ether for eternity has opened her eyes.
Well, I guess it's your decision, but I hope you know what you're doing.
Are we ready? Can we go now? Louis, at this point, it doesn't matter what you think about me. You need me. I'm guessing you are well aware of what we're about to face, aren't you?
Not really. No.
That's just what gives us a chance, is it not?
It's usually the only argument the reckless have in their favor.
Take heart. We're only about to confront an age-old creature that can read our thoughts and force us to act against our will and wants to devour us. So what's the problem?
If that is your attitude, I suggest we reevaluate the possibility of running away.
Stop it. Let's all just calm down. Only a few minutes ago, it was just the two of us. Things are looking up. Our chances are only getting better.
How do we get rid of him then?
Killing him won't change a thing, normally. He is capable of changing bodies.
I know how to kill a demon, and the irony of it is, he's the one who revealed it to me. We have to make him touch the blood of an older demon in order to encase him in his mortal body. This is the only way that might give us a chance of dealing him a fatal blow. And I've got the Holy Lance.
What's that got to do with demons?
Christ was his father. Believe me, if we get out of here alive, I'll have a lot of juicy details to tell you about the family. This lance actually received the blood of an ancient demon, and it can work on Mortimer.
Let's do it then.
Oh God. Okay. So that.
Are you sure you're ready for this? Will you be all right?
Yes. Yes, I feel a lot better. Don't worry about me.
As you wish.
All right. I may be crazy, and it's possibly just because it seems like it's the same voice actor as Sir Gregory. But is it possible that isn't Emma, and in fact Sir Gregory survived? I don't know. It seems like Mortimer would know if he devoured a soul. It seems like something you would not be fooled on. But that did have a very Sir Gregory-esque feel, that version of Emma. Fingers crossed it is Emma, although the threesome I teased is going to be very different if she stays in that body. Let's go ahead and find our way to Mortimer and bring this whole thing down in favor of humanity.
Louis, I've been expecting... Oh, I see you haven't come alone. To what do I owe the honor, Duchess?
I thought this discussion should concern the whole family.
Surprise, Father.
Emma. You brought her back from the ether. Well, I am impressed, my children.
It's over, Father.
We can't let you go on like this.
Enough!
Louis!
Who on earth do you think you are, for heaven's sake? Did you think I wouldn't know what you are planning? You are mere insects compared to me. You never had a chance.
Help! My head!
Let's do it!
Now!
Ah, how dare you!
Keep going, it's working!
Get him!
Oh, Louis! No!
Arm yourself with a nail, or arm yourself with the lance. Both would work, but I have the lance, so let's do it.
No, don't do it!
It's over. You've lost.
No, Louis! No, stop!
Oh. My son.
That wasn't the real Holy Lance. No, he's gonna steal my body.
Come, Louis. It's over.
Oh no. What's happening?
Let's leave.
After you.
That's not my voice. That's not how I hold my hands. That wasn't the real Lance. Didn't I fail that early on in the story? I think I might have just blown the whole thing. I think Mortimer just stole Louis' body because I used the wrong weapon. The nail's
As Mortimer had planned, Napoleon Bonaparte sold Louisiana to the United States after purchasing it from Spain. Bonaparte continued his political and military ascension until he proclaimed himself emperor. he went on to invade a large part of Central Europe. The legend of Napoleon persisted after his death, conferring on the emperor the role of Messiah for France. Remaining very popular, George Washington put an end to the various internal rebellions without violence and re-established trade agreements with Great Britain. Upon his death, he became a national hero and left an entire nation in a state of mourning. On his return to Spain, Manuel Godoy proceeded to give Louisiana up to France. Later on, he became the target of the Crown Prince of Spain, Ferdinand VII. The latter gave no respite to his mother's lover, going as far as condemning him to exile. He confiscated all of Manuel's titles and possessions, as well as those of his mistress, Pepita. Pursued, they ended up living out their last years in France in poverty and anonymity. The influence von Wollner had over King Frederick William ironically ended up working against him. The sovereign thrust him into increasing repression until the end of his reign. Von Wollner became the object of the people's hatred, was therefore stripped of his titles and land by the new king, and died in poverty to general indifference in the Prussian countryside. The Duchess, through her close ties with the Crown, made it possible for Great Britain to build closer links with the United States on both the diplomatic and commercial fronts. She became inseparable from Marchioness Cunningham, reputed for being the most influential mistress of King George IV of England, and whom she inducted into the Golden Order. His Eminence, having successfully accomplished his mission, returned to His Holiness the Pope with full honors. Although all his ambitions had become possible, to the stupefaction of his entourage, the Cardinal preferred to retire to his Tuscan monastery, far from all political and diplomatic entanglements. Fascinated by the techniques involved in exorcism and demonology, he dedicated the last years of his life to the study of Inquisition reports. Sarah de Richet threw herself into the Seine River from the Pont des Arts before a crowd of dumbfounded bystanders just a few days after her son's return to Paris. He spoke of his aging mother's recent depression and took over the running of the Golden Order, whose expansion was rapid.
I blew it!
No more was ever heard of Lord William Mortimer. His sudden disappearance was the subject of conversations in the European courts, but only for a few months.
I blew it. I blew the whole thing. Mortimer didn't die. Mortimer took Louis's body. Did I have... Yeah, of course I was possessed by Mortimer, nor did I take back the Elisif, and I failed to kill Mortimer, and I failed to leave the island safe and sound. Oh, no. Oh, my lord. I can't believe that. That is so depressing. Oh, so many months of us playing this game, and I get to the end. When we found the Holy Lance, I did not find all possible Holy Lances, and I must have had the wrong one. Had I simply used the nails from Jesus' cross, the whole thing would have ended. I would have been killed, not possessed him. I would have had the opportunity to find the Al-Azif, because Emma knew where it was, maybe, and take it back. I would have killed Lord Mortimer, and we would have left the island safe and sound, but I blew it, guys. I blew the whole damn thing. I don't know what to tell you. I would love to pretend this didn't happen and replay from my previous saves, but I haven't been backing them up, so there's no chance to do that. If you've made it through the whole series up till now, thank you so much. Story games like this scratch a particular itch for me, and I will always include variety and different games on my channel, and story games like this I really enjoy playing, but going forward, instead of doing individual episodes, I'm going to try and follow the trends on YouTube and live stream this stuff, and instead of doing it as videos that take time to edit and whatnot. So the next game that I plan to play like this is going to be a similar sort of game from the same developers. I don't know how similar it will be, but it will have some similar elements while being quite a bit darker. So if you're interested, whenever that's available, I'll make sure to link to it from the end of this video. I'll also link you to the full playthrough, and I really hope you don't mind. We had a lot of successes in this storyline. Very rarely did I have failures, but we got to the end and I blew it. But thank you for joining me on this journey, guys. Click on the full playlist to experience the whole thing. Click on the other video on the other side of the screen if you want to check out another similar sort of game. You can click on my face to subscribe, and you can click on the Patreon logo if you want to thank me for a series like this one. And hit me up in those comments. Let me know what you enjoyed, how this went for you, and if you knew I made the wrong choice the moment I made it, because I didn't. It took me a minute. It took those hands crossed behind the back before I really realized the mistake I made. Either way, thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate you joining me on a story-driven adventure like this, and I'll be back in your life with more.